My wife and I have sort of gone through a lot of change recently. We've both gone back to full-time school. Neither of us is working anymore. And just a lot of things had to fall into place for that to happen. We owned a house in Oshawa and we had to move to another city, things like that. I had a business here that needed to be either sold or wrapped up. And so we've been seeing like things fall into place just throughout that process. But most immediately, we just needed I was praying like just for some more financial support for our schooling. And like within a couple of days, we found out that my wife was eligible for like some grants and stuff that we had no idea she was available for. And it was just like a lot more than we like thought would be available. So yeah, like it's just sort of a lot of things have been falling into place for us. And you know, God has a plan for His children, and He's always faithful.
George Harrison was one of the members of the most influential bands of all time, the Beatles. Harrison experienced fame, wealth, pleasure, and so many other things that music gave him. But in the documentary, The Beatles Anthology, George Harrison presented a rather interesting perspective on his life. When you go through all the experiences, knowing famous people, earning some money, traveling the world and acclaimed by all, you think, so what? Is this all? Some people may be satisfied with it, but I was not, and I'm still not. Do you struggle to find the meaning of life? Do you ask yourself if you have a reason to get out of bed each day? Or what is the meaning of my life? Why am I here? Genesis 29 presents one of my favorite women in the Bible, Leah. She is interesting, and it is a kind of challenge to understand her. Her life, as well as her imperfections and constant search to find her place and purpose, are exposed in the Bible for all to see. Just so you understand a bit of Leah's struggles, see how the Bible presents her. Now Laban had two daughters, Leah, the eldest, and Rachel, the youngest. Leah had dull eyes, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. Jacob loved Rachel. Apparently, Leah was not the most attractive girl. She was not the popular girl. She always went by unnoticed. Maybe this is the reason why her father Laban felt he had to trick someone to marry her. He deceived Jacob, who had worked 7 years to marry Rachel, Leah's younger sister. On the honeymoon night, instead of Rachel, Laban sent Leah to Jacob's tent, and only in the morning, Jacob realized that he had been with the wrong woman. But he loved Rachel, and since at that time polygamy was acceptable, Jacob took Rachel to be his wife as well. Now Leah had to fight for her space, for the love and attention of the husband that she had to share with her sister. Have you ever had to fight for your space, for the affections of someone, to be loved? Well, this was Leah's life's struggle, to be loved. And she put her need before the Lord. She pleaded that God would put in Jacob's heart love for her. She wanted to feel loved, appreciated, valued. We do not know the exact words that were spoken by Leah, but one thing we do know, God heard Leah. God hears prayers. He hears all kinds of prayers, no matter the reason. If it is something that bothers us, God is ready to answer. Some may think that the Creator does not have time or interest in some types of problems or concerns, but this is not true. You are the focus of God's attention. He cares so much about you. The Bible says in Matthew, God even knows the many hairs that are on your head. Do you feel unloved? Are you lacking attention? What is your request? What is bothering you? Pray right now. He can answer your supplication as He did with Leah. While doing this prayer, remember, prayer is the key in the hands of faith to unlock heaven's storehouse, where are treasured the boundless resources of omnipotence.